That's what I'm talking about, Indiana Fever. Forcing game 3 on Thursday, a do or die game. Anybody can win, anybody can be beat. This team finally got to play a home playoff game to kind of celebrate the last 2 seasons, and man, the Indiana Fever did not disappoint, kicking the hell out of the Atlanta Dream tonight in a game that at times felt like it was muck ball, and then in the third quarter, just aerial powers electrified the building. I think Aaliyah Boston got the better of the matchup with her and Bree Jones. That was very physical, going back and forth. And Lexi Hull hit one of the biggest threes probably in the history of that building. Roof just came off, exploded, and at the end of that quarter, it kind of felt like, it was over after that. And shots out to this team for not folding, not falling over, to think. People wanted this team to tank. They wanted them to take the pride that they had shown all throughout the season in fighting through injury after injury, the loss of Caitlin Clark, Sophie Cunningham, Sid Colson, Ari McDonald, Chloe Bibby, all of them not available for one reason or the other. And yet, here they are with one more game to win to get to the second round. No one believes in us. No one believes. And I think I like it that way. This team is a back against the wall unit, and it has been an entire roller coaster year. And why would it just be easy? Why would they go out on their own home court that they were waiting to play in front of? Why would they just fold now? If they're going to fold, they're going to have to go to Atlanta and do it. They're not going to do it in front of that raucous, incredible arena. They're not going to do it there because, man, what I saw between Stephanie White and her coaching and motivating them on the sidelines, and you would see when they would flash into the huddles, she would basically say, they're flopping. You have to be disciplined, and they showed that discipline. They came out there, and they basically just ensured that not only would they not embarrass their fans, they showed up with a point to prove, and they walked the dog on the Atlanta Dream. Those Brittany Griner minutes in the third quarter into the fourth, disastrous. Bree Jones had some of the most egregious flops that I think I've ever seen. I thought Naz Hillman had a chance to swing the game because she kept getting in so many issues with the refs, and then she would make a layup immediately to foul, and she did it like 4 times. Unfortunately for her, she just kind of ran out of opportunity. I'm very happy that this team was able to win a playoff game, and it kind of, for me, validates the decision to, just try to push forward as much as possible with this team. You need this experience. You need, these reps for people like Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell who are going to be there in the future. Not all the players that are on the team are going to make it there, when the Fever ultimately reaches the promised land. But man, I want them playing competitive, high stakes games now. And for this, unit right now, it doesn't get any more high stakes than game 3 on Thursday. Anything can happen. That 3,500 seat building, I'm going to be looking for tickets. I feel like I got to find a way to go. That third quarter was the difference. And the Dream were struggling a lot throughout the game. There was a point where it was 30-19 in the second quarter, and it felt like they were going to go into the half with an ungodly low amount of points, but then they, just put together like a 6-0 run that kind of scared me, and it was 35-29 at the end of the first half, and then that third quarter was really the decider. And what happened was the Fever took that lead, and unlike many other situations throughout the year where they've blown a lead, they held it. Kelsey Mitchell leading the way with 19 points, Aaliyah Boston with 15 points and 5 boards, and battling down low. She used to battle with Griner like that, but Griner's not good anymore, so Bree Jones takes those minutes. And Bree Jones was on the Connecticut Sun last year, so she's kind of, there's some history there, I'd imagine. Natasha Howard with 12, Lexi Hull only 7 points, not really shooting that well, but she made arguably the biggest shot of the game. Michaela Timpson with 9 points off the bench and looking like, athletically, she's right there and she's ready for more responsibility. Bree Turner gave some solid minutes and good defense. She was a plus 10 in her minutes, if I'm not mistaken. Shea Petty plus 16. Some of that stuff was in, garbage time, but You look at Lexi Hull, plus 19 for the night. That's, to only shoot 2 of 6 and then leave with a plus 19. That means you are locking up on the other end. And Ryan Howard and Alicia Gray got put in jail. There was so much flopping and flailing shots just at the rim that had no chance to go in between the two of them. This is a huge, incredible effort and a way to play with pride, play with a sense of self. Sometimes this team has answered the bell. I remember there was a game they lost by 35, I think, to the Mercury, and I buried them on this channel. And this was the reverse of that. But Aerial Powers in that third quarter, just like as the building, I think it was 37-40 at the time, and there was a small hush over the building, like, oh no, are they gonna basically roll over and die here? But Aerial Powers came off the bench, yelling at the crowd, yelling at the team on the floor, playing defense, just at every loose ball, and it's not going to reflect in the numbers. You're going to see 1 for 5, and you're going to see 3 points for her. And you're going to see -2. This is why plus minus doesn't always tell the story, but she had 7 rebounds. To get 7 boards in 17 minutes off the bench just kind of randomly, and then like just kind of be involved in all the action and drawing charges and drawing fouls and just I don't know. I always think about Aerial Powers when it comes. If I had to, say, they're like, hey man, tell me about game 2 of the first round in 2026 for the Fever. It would not be long before I start talking about how Aerial Powers came into the game. One small thing I think to be worried about, Tahina Pau did get it going at the end of the game. And, in the playoffs, teams kind of use like the end of those games to kind of see who they may be able to trust in next game. And she was on fire. She hit, I want to say 3 threes in that time, finished with 11 points, and ended up actually leading the team in scoring. That's how kind of a bad night that it was for the Atlanta Dream. Ryan Howard and Alicia Gray, -23 and -24. That's really bad for, all-star caliber duo right there. Brother, Brittany Griner, that was tough. That was tough to see. This is an all-time legend. This is a Hall of Famer. And I don't know how much longer she's gonna be, seeing minutes in playoff games. But rejoice, man. If you're the Indiana Fever, you got to feel good about yourselves on this. Stephanie White should take a victory lap. And I know she's not popular in some circles, but man, it's gonna be hard to justify, like, yeah, man, she's got to go after all this. Like, when you get to the playoffs and you win a game, you don't have Caitlin Clark, and then you don't have like 6 other people on the team, and you're still producing positive results. There's just not gonna be a reality-based argument aside from, hey, I don't think she's the right coach for Caitlin Clark. And then I think that still remains to be seen with only 13 games, possibly none of them actually healthy. So I don't know if we have a true, gauge on that. But I'm willing to see this team this year as far as they will go, because resiliency isn't even like the word resiliency has been used so many times to describe this team. It almost sounds like it's a gimmick, but it's real. Like, I don't know, man, but I'm very happy. They won this game, and I guess I gotta log on the app and see if I can get one of the 3,500 tickets. So if so, I will let you guys know if I'll be in the building, and I'll take plenty of video and everything like that. But anyway, I'm Rich. What'd you guys think of the game? Let me know. I'll at you guys. Peace. It's one lifetime, and man, go Fever.